What's up, guys? Coach Joshua here again. So this week's blog, I want to talk about something that comes up a lot, and it's a huge downfall to someone's progress. And it's drastically making too many changes way too fast. And I'll explain a little what I mean. When someone finally decides to get healthy, what do they typically do? They go through they wake up one morning, the day they're set out to start, they go through their kitchen, they throw away all the they throw away all the food that they deem, unhealthy. They eat more of a sensible breakfast. They might go to work, wherever they normally buy lunch from, they might make a better choice than usual. And then for dinner, they probably will end up making something they were already planning, especially if they have family, kids, all that kind of stuff. You probably already have an idea. And you might just have more of a sensible portion. And not just that, but at the same time, they will either incorporate cardio usually, which is what most people, especially new people, go to first, either before work or maybe on your lunch break if you have enough time, or typically after work, and especially after dinner, because that's where you might end up having more time anyway. And that works for a little while because I forgot you limit the portions also. I did say sensible, but if they are eating 4 or 5 meals, maybe they go down to 3 right away, and that will work in the short term for a couple weeks, and then you're going to see your progress slow down. And what people will typically do then is they will cut their portions even more. They will continue to try to eat healthy, and they will add in even more cardio. And when I say, a few weeks ago when they started, the cardio they added is like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour maybe. It's just a long time to start out with. And all of this combined is just a big recipe for failure. It doesn't work. It works short term, and then the results stop. What you do, what happens, is when you do that much so fast, it only leaves you so little more that you can change to continue your progress. And instead of going all crazy in the beginning, it's just going to set you up for failure later. Because after that few weeks goes by, what they're going to do, they're going to change the eating. They're going to get more irritable because they're hungrier more, and then they're tired from trying to do the cardio and keep up with family and life and everything else. That might work for another couple weeks, and then in a couple weeks more, progress slows again. And I literally mean a couple weeks. This is just like a month later, if you guys have even made it that far once you decide to change. And believe me, that to some people a month, that's a long time. So it doesn't always go that long, but if it does, by then they're cutting their portions even less. They possibly took out an entire meal, so maybe they're only eating twice or something now, and the portions are tiny. Maybe they're doing an hour and a half cardio a night. You're lethargic all day. You just you're irritable. You're upset. People around you see how it is, how miserable you are, and they may even encourage you to revert back to how you were because, personally wise, they're thinking of the inner you, which they're trying to be considerate, I guess, but they're thinking of what will make you happy, and it's how you were before. You weren't like this before, so you revert back, possibly even you regress all the way back, and maybe even keep going farther, and you gain weight. I'm sure there's some variation like this that sounds familiar. I've run into a lot. I've done it a lot. I've been there, and it's a huge problem is that people think it's going to happen right away. Just think, it did not take you a month to put all that excess weight on. What makes you think you're going to get it off in a month? It just doesn't happen. It's, I will say, with dedication and work, you can lose it faster than it took you to put it on, though. Because when I first lost all my weight, I lost 144 pounds in about 18 months. And in that, that 144 pounds, I was adding on my body from elementary school. I was a big kid. I was big since I was real young. So, you can lose it, but it still took you a long time to put it on. You're not going to lose it that fast. What you need to do for the best possible scenario is make subtle changes. The amount of food you eat needs to be made and tailored for your body. Now, I'm not saying this as promotion because that's what I do for people, although I do that. But you can also figure that out. But it takes a lot of work. But the food needs to be tailored to you. And for me personally, when I want to cut a little bit, You guys already know I don't really do that. I pretty much just lean bulk all the time. But when you want to cut down a little bit, if you're someone new, all they will care about is losing weight, not muscle mass, then that's totally different. I would program that completely different. But anyway, kind of trailed off there a little bit thinking about programming. You want to make subtle changes, and the food should not change. The quality of the food should definitely change. Eat healthy, eat clean, but don't take away the amounts you're eating. I mean, unless you're way over, your daily caloric intake, which you do need to figure out. But the food keeps everything running, it keeps your immune system up, and it keeps your metabolism functioning properly. And that is the biggest downfall, is when people start cutting their food out, the metabolism will slowly take the hit, and slower it gets, the harder and harder it's going to make for you to lose that weight. You actually get to eat quite a bit of food. You don't have to be hungry all the time. You're eating healthy. I eat very healthy. I'm going to put a video actually soon about what I typically eat in a week. And I get hungry, but I'm not starving all day. I'm not pissed off at everybody because I'm so hungry. There are times, I will tell you, where I get really hungry and I will get upset about it. But I'm not walking around just starving all day like some model because all I can eat is half a grapefruit for breakfast and mahi 2-ounce fillet for dinner or some crap like that. You can eat more than you think. And the cardio wise, that needs to be incorporated as little as possible for as long as possible. You want to put in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It can't all be tailored to you for your best possible outcome, but I'm just giving you a nice rough reference. And basically I'm just trying to say, don't change too much too fast. Cardio wise, you got to drag that shit out as long as you can. You got to put, 10 minutes, couple days a week. And then once, if you're losing weight for a couple weeks, cool. And once it stops or slows down, add 5 more minutes, add 10 more minutes. No big jumps, a nice, long, drawn-out process. What you need to do is have a full-length plan. I've worked out plans for people it was a year. And it's like, once this hits this, go to this. Once this hits this, start this. And with cardio, it's not just the duration, but there's so many choices. There's LIST cardio, which is low impact, steady state. And then there's HIIT cardio, high impact intervals. And each one has multiple different kinds of exercises. And then each exercise you can adjust. You can adjust location. You can adjust the duration, of course. You could adjust the resistance. You could adjust yourself. I like to go rucking. That is wearing a weight vest while you jog. You go jog up a hill or something, 40-pound weight vest on you. That's a big difference. That one change right there with that weight vest, and you don't even have to jump to 40. That's just what mine's at right now. But that one change, you could add 10 more pounds. You're good for like another 2 weeks. Then add 10 more after that, 2 weeks. 10 more after that, 2 weeks. Before you know it, before changing anything else, really, besides the amount of weight and possibly location, if you get bored or whatever, that's like 2 months worth of work right there. And you're continuing to lose weight the whole time. You're keeping the food up. You're eating healthy. You're eating clean. The metabolism's running fast. And you're continuing to make progress. That is the goal, and that is also what sets you up to keep it. Those crash diets, the way I just explained, that was super common, especially like in the movies, in the 80s, 90s, all this stuff. That's what they thought. They always showed that. Did it ever work for the person? No, it never worked. It worked for like the one event, I'm going to high school reunion, got to lose 20 pounds to fit in this dress or whatever. But then right after that, 15 pounds gained back 2 weeks. I've seen it, and it's true. It happens. So when you do a nice long run and you reach the goal, you lose the fat you want to lose, and you're happy, you are already set up to sustain that because it was not a fast diet. You went long enough to get all the toxins and all the cravings of the fast food crap and all that stuff out of you. Once you hit a certain level, you don't even miss them. I don't even think about them. I could care less. I want to come home and eat my chicken and rice. That's what's going to make me perform, and I actually really enjoy it. So I don't know what people's problem is, but anyway, it should be a drawn out process. And even though you're not going to see results in a month, Biggest Loser style, unlike them where they gain it all back, you're going to keep it off. It's going to be sustainable. And you're going to reach, possibly even surpass your goals and it'll be you doing it, you putting in the work, the effort, the time, and you know you can be so proud of yourself. You know, you didn't pay a doctor for a surgery, you didn't use some crazy drug and it worked for like a month and then you gained it all back or whatever. You know, it's your hard work, your effort. So like I say, make subtle changes, have a plan, have a whole process set up. If you can't figure everything out, hire someone like me to get you a good plan, and just support. You know, if you follow my Instagram, you see I tag certain things a lot, and it's motivation, dedication, and consistency. And you need those. Those are key to your success. And willpower, I would say too. I don't tag that quite as much, but that, of course that's important. But consistency is what you need, and that's what is going to enable you to reach your goals. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to say that because I come across it a lot, and it's a huge problem for most people. Don't go crazy making changes. Think of the smallest changes and draw it out to continue the progress for months and months and months till you reach where you want to reach. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Any comments down below. I put up at least 2 videos a week. And otherwise, keep on lifting.